What's up, my Pangyaos? Andy with Tech Influence here, excited to go over 4 of what I consider the best telephoto lenses here. This comparison video is going to go over the Moment T-Series, Ulanzi's new lens, Neewer, as well as the ShiftCam. It ranges between 58 and 60mm, which is a 2x tele that you can add to your mobile phone, iPhone, Android. Each one of them features an anodized aluminum chassis with multiple layers of glass that I think will level up any content creation that you're making. With that said, before we jump into it here, I'm gonna be shooting this on a 16 Pro Max, and so yours may vary as well. And also, this video is sponsored from our channel sponsor, Andar. This is awesome premium leather goods, including cases, book bags, backpacks, you name it. A little bit more on that at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and demonstrate these up close, as well as going on location and showing each one of these lenses off, as you can see. Alrighty, so I wanted to show off the packaging for each one of them before we show the glass itself, because I think it's important, and how they mount. As you can see, each one of their packaging is different. Ulanzi has, I think, the most robust, as you can see, with its nice microfiber coated with options here to be able to place some things in there. Neewer does a great job as well with similar packaging, as you can see. ShiftCam did not come with any kind of protection when I received it, and then the Moment did have this nice microfiber cloth, which is nice. So most of them do have a little hood, which is nice, except for the ShiftCam. Starting with Ulanzi, I like how it's got both sides with this nice rubberized protection. Coming up close with the Ulanzi here, you can see that it's got a nice grippy hood. It's aluminum in build. It's got the name. It looks really clean there as well. We're gonna be placing it on the 17mm rig here. This is from Neewer. This one has a nice quick handle here with shutter button, which is the way I'm going to be shooting the content here. Nice profile, really sleek. I do go over this in more detail in its own individual review. Let's go ahead and throw on the Neewer. Neewer has 2 different lens caps, one on the back and one on the front. It is a magnet for little linen, as you can see, but it keeps lens pretty clear as well. As you can see, it's got a little bit smaller profile with the 60mm on there, allowing for a nice shape. Kind of looks natural here to their Neewer case. Coming close with the Neewer, they do a great job. A lot of light comes in, as you can see, multi-layers of glass with a nice anodized aluminum hood there as well. Let's go ahead and throw on the ShiftCam. They have their own patented, I haven't gotten it yet for the 16 Pro Max, so just showing you here what the lens looks like. I think this has one of the widest hoods. It does have the option here to be able to fit on their filter mount, so if you wanted to, you could mount a filter. You can see here it's got an aluminum chassis as well. And then lastly, the Moment lens, it does not have a protection on the back. It's got their T-Series wings here. It seems like the opening hole is a little bit smaller than the others. It's got a nice protection here, hood, and then you can see that it's got multi-cut glass, really clean. This is their 58mm, which is gonna be a little bit wider than the rest. Placing it on the T-Series mount that comes with this cage, it's very secure. Gonna hold on there, no problem. I really like how that looks. Makes it easy for you to be able to acknowledge which lens is on there. I shot all 4 of them in the same position, trying to get the exact same shot. As I go into each one of them, you can see it's got a nice flat profile without any kind of distortion around the edges or haloing. It looks and appears to me that Neewer and the Moment have the widest focal length. Ulanzi and ShiftCam seem to be coming up next. Moving on to the Neewer is really clean. It has a wider focal length, so it's not quite a 2x punch-in. ShiftCam, I couldn't get it right as it was blurry. You can kind of see that it is blurry a little bit in the background. And the newest lens, the Ulanzi, does a good job as well, keeping the contrast clean, saturation nice as well. Moving on to my second shot, as you can see here, we got a little bit more movement going on. I'm very impressed with the ShiftCam being able to keep the blues bluer than all the others. With the 4K 120, we're getting pretty good motion blur on all of them. Moving to the Moment, as you can see, as things move in and out of the shadow of the building, it looks really clean. The Neewer has a similar focal length. I really think that it does a good job. ShiftCam, I'm still having a hard time being able to set it on the tripod, but you can see the individual down at the bottom keep their skin tones clean as well. Lastly, the Ulanzi, there was a couple that was getting married and it was fun to see them. The next shot, I was hoping to be able to get a little bit more of a longer shot where you can see down the street, many subjects walking up while still trying to keep this really pretty tree in focus that is changing as this was shot during autumn time. Moment has a great way of keeping everything. There's no distortion going on. Neewer does a good job keeping the colors correct, but I'm still seeing a lot of the sky blown out. Despite it being a pretty clean day, it seems like that's what's happening with all these lenses. And then lastly, Ulanzi does a great job at being able to get the colors right. Moving on to the third picture. This is our county building. Zooming in, you can see that the contrast is pretty decent on all of them. From this angle, have rich blues in the sky, being able to get some of the moving vehicles in shot and having it look really reasonable as well. The moment is, I think, despite the shadow on the street, still able to get a reasonable color. The Neewer does a great job being able to focus on the building despite all of the other subjects moving in and out of the shot. ShiftCam, there was no chromatic aberration. And then lastly, Ulanzi, I think this was really nice as the sun was going down towards the end of the shot. Lastly here, I'm in front of the shot. This was more of a portrait. You can see that it's really interesting some of the different colors that came out of it despite it being the exact same sensor. The ShiftCam was a lot brighter. Ulanzi, I think, was the cleanest, keeping the skin tones reasonable. As far as the moment, for some reason, I guess this shot didn't do well. There was a lot more orange than I was interested in. It didn't quite focus properly. Neewer looked fine. The color palette was reasonable with the coat as well as the contrast on my sweater. The ShiftCam here blew out some of the colors in the background so the sky wasn't as bright. And then Ulanzi, I think, does a good job keeping the contrast reasonable as well, but there is a little bit darkness in my eyes. Andar in Spanish means to carry, and this is my everyday carry here for my iPhone 14, my iPhone 15. Andar features a wide variety of high-end luxury leather goods, including bags, handbags, wallets, cases, watch straps for your Apple Watch, and wallets to boot. I love my Aspen, which comes in a myriad of different colors. If you want to opt into the brown for the iPhone 14 Pro Max, or if you wanted to opt into the clamshell case for your MacBook Pro, I have the moss color and I love how that full grain leather just looks on the back of my computer. I also have the watch strap, which is a great way to be able to add to your Apple Watch and have luxury on the go. Andar sources the leather ethically, and they have excellent customer service in the event you have a question, a concern, or a need. Check out down below in the description for a 15% off code using Tech Influence for a coupon here on your first order. Check out those links as well, as they do help out the channel. At least for my testing here on the 16 Pro Max, I found that the T-Series 58 was the best here from Moment. I love how clean the bokeh is. I really like how the app integration is great, and it's just high quality and nice, and you do have an option here once they release it to have a filter mount just right on top of it. All the others that I go over are very reasonable as well. They're affordable. They're great to pair here with this rigging from Neewer, which I'll have down below in the links as well. But this video is sponsored from my channel sponsor, Andar. Andar makes premium leather goods. Use my link, andar.com/techinfluence1 for 15% off. Down below in the links in the description. I'll have all the other products here as well as also what my rig looks like for recording 4K 120. Thanks for watching. Andy with Tech Influence. Hopefully I earned your subscription. Hit the like button. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.